Good day, I'm Denise Ang, and I'm presenting a research topic called Automated Robotics Flood Detection System for Measurement and Warning as Staff Gauge Alternative. Every year, the Philippines is prone to flooding. This results in damages and deaths every year. The government agency in charge of monitoring and telling people when to evacuate during floods is NDRRMC and PAG-ASA. They use a manual staff water gauge in order to monitor floods. However, this can be inaccurate, needs to be repainted after every flood, and may cause endangerment to the people measuring it. Thus, an automated robotics flood detection system, also known as ARS, is presented. The ARS uses an ultrasonic sensor, solar panels to power it up, as well as an electronic buzzer and LED in order to continuously monitor flood and automatically tell people when to evacuate. The objectives of this research is to, number one, determine the accuracy of the ARS as compared to the manual staff water gauge, to determine its precision as compared to the manual staff water gauge, and to see how long it takes for the ARS to execute auditory and visual cues using an LED and electronic buzzer. To determine the efficiency of the two systems, a flood simulation was used. An 8x8x8 glass box marked at intervals of 0.25 inches up to 7 inches was used. As for the water dispenser, it is marked at specific intervals of 2.29 inches, 5.53 inches, and 6.63 inches in accordance to PAG-ASA's yellow, orange, and red rainfall warnings of 2 to 3.99 inches, 4 to 5.99 inches, and 6 inches onward. After the water was dispensed, each of the data for the systems were collected. This demonstration for how the setup is presented. As the water is flowing, the automated robotic system will, as you can see here, automatically inform the public on when to evacuate at 4 inches and 6 inches respectively. Let us wait until the water rises up to 6 inches. The warning that you can hear is the buzzer, and the light that you can see blinking is the LED. This shows people that they need to evacuate. This is the different warning for the red flood level, as you can see. The warning is faster as it is forced evacuation. As you can see, it will keep beeping until all people have evacuated. After each trial was done, a total of 10 trials were repeated. After this, the results were determined statistically, and as you can see, the ARS performed better as compared to the manual staff water gauge in terms of accuracy and precision, and how long the auditory and visual cues took. The auditory visual cues were instantaneous, as you saw in the demonstration earlier, and the accuracy of the ARS was better as compared to the manual staff water gauge, as it was closer to the predicted value, as well as the data collected were more close to each other as compared to the manual staff water gauge, making it more precise. Thus, the ARS works in better as compared to the manual staff water gauge in monitoring the flood and telling people when to evacuate. Even with this high amounts of efficiency, this can be improved through technical and non-technical aspects. For non-technical aspects, the flood simulation could be better improved by using a scale to measure the water after each trial as well as use a water pump to drain the water. As for technical recommendations, databases could be added as to store flood height data and to connect it to Excel for further data analysis. Lastly, the additional parameter of increase of rate of water level could be included aside from just measuring flood height. That is all for my presentation. Thank you all for listening.